So, this full moon, I wanted to talk to everybody about something that was so exciting for me. It was one of my full moon manifestations, and that is achieving a new level of vulnerability, right? So, I wanted to explore that because vulnerability is a really hot topic right now, right? With Brene Brown and all sorts of people saying, hey, vulnerability is a new strength, right? And sometimes that's kind of hard to understand. What does vulnerability really mean, right? So, does that mean that I give you the keys to my car even though I don't trust your ability to drive it safely because I'm working on being vulnerable, right? No, that's not what it means, right? Does it mean that I give you my entire heart and just put it in your hands when I don't trust your ability to keep it safe? No, right? So, what does vulnerability mean, anyways? Well, for me, vulnerability means being comfortable to share how I feel and to not move in how I feel and how I express how I feel based on what I think the effect is going to be on you, or being different in how I am expressing myself out of my fears, right? So to me, being vulnerable means that I'm expressing how I feel, I'm expressing where I'm at from a place of being centered in love, right? So that's huge because it's really scary. And why is it scary? It's scary because we've all been hurt. We've all been hurt, right? And at some point we expressed how we felt and someone didn't care, or they acted in a way that was hurtful anyways, right? And then we developed all our coping mechanisms. And if I take my coping mechanism from my traumatic experience, my hurtful experience, and then I go into another situation in life and there are some like similar features here, and ding ding ding, the flags are going off, and then I invoke my coping mechanism, well, then I'm already attracting the same experience that I was in before, because I am embodying the energetics of that previous traumatic experience. So, whoa, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to keep being in these experiences in which I feel hurt and then I feel like, oh, it's scary to be vulnerable, or I can't truly express where I'm at or what I'm needing or how I'm feeling for whatever reason, right? So how do I get from that place where I've had a traumatic experience and I've been hurt before, and I recognize now some of my coping mechanisms, like, oh, I withdraw, or I get sarcastic, or whatever those coping mechanisms might be, and I'm in a new situation and I have an opportunity to express how I feel and I'm scared, right? That's when I breathe, I check in with myself, and I ask myself this: how do I want to feel in this experience right now? Whether that's a relationship or a job interview, it's usually relationships, interrelationships, right? And I express my feelings and where I'm at from that place. And that is being vulnerable. And it's beautiful litmus test, because if the person's response doesn't feel safe to me, whoa, then I have learned, hey, this is really good information for me to know now and take in, and then decide how I want to handle that. You know, do I want to be vulnerable around this person? And if I cannot be vulnerable around this person, then how can I be emotionally intimate with them, right? So it's an amazing thing to be able to, even though you're scared, still express where you're at and still hold your place and still try and not engage in the coping mechanisms from the previous traumatic stuff, and see what happens with this sort of, I'm just doing a scientific experiment right now. Let me just see, and then take this information and decide what I'm going to do with it and how I choose to engage with this person or this experience down the road. So that was a really beautiful manifestation for me this full moon, and hope it helps you guys.